I hope you're sitting down. And I hope you have something good to drink. And I hope you got a little time. Because this sketch-up video, it's a long one. Look at me, I'm in my house coat. But it's really like a sweater. So I'm nice and comfy. It's Sunday. Enjoy. Oh my gosh, I need to show you this. This is from Debby at Debbie's Witchy Vlog, and she now has these things available on her Ko-fi shop. So this journal, look at that, 20 bucks, okay? I just, it is gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. Debbie, you are so talented. I wanted to show you here first because I actually got this for my daughter who is graduating next week with her bachelor's in psychology. So, and she has begun, she's been journaling for a while. So when Debbie made these available, I jumped right on it because I think that my daughter would love to get into the scrapbooking. And oh my gosh, it's just so beautiful. Little inserts. Look at this. I mean, oh my gosh. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. See, I mean, Taylor is going to love this. She is absolutely going to love this. And yes, this is so perfect. Everything. Oh my gosh, I'm just so excited. I'm going to have to get one for myself. But, you know, I mean, my kids come first. Yes, and Taylor's accomplishment is, I'm just very, very proud of her, you know. Mama hopes that she, you know, decides to carry it, you know, a little bit farther and get her master's, and she has discussed this with me. But right now she is a registered behavioral technician. So like she works with special needs children, and she's a professional already. So I mean, and let's just say that Taylor is everything that she does is with her heart and soul. And at the end of the day, the neurodivergence in our family, it kind of takes a toll on you. So she's been working so hard. I don't know if she will continue. And if she doesn't, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just so proud of her accomplishments that whatever she does is best for her. And Mama's going to be proud regardless. So she's already accomplished a lot, you know. So yeah, I think she is going to adore this. I adore it. I'm going to have one for myself because you guys know I'm not a scrapbooker. I don't do that, but I am enamored with this. I'm absolutely enamored. Oh my God. Taylor is a Scorpio and in Western, and she is a Libra in True Sidereal, but she's on that cusp even in True Sidereal where Scorpio is still very prominent, you know. That just kind of worked out perfectly, Debbie. God, you're beautiful, Debbie. My gosh. Inside and out. And it shows in your creations. Look at that. Wow. Absolutely gorgeous. Look. Oh my God. I could just look. Yeah, you know, I mean. Oh, yes. Look at that. Taylor's going to have so much fun with this. I already know. Oh my gosh. Oh. Wow. Okay, I'm sorry. I am gushing. And I'm sorry. And I can't help it. I'm not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. This is so beautiful. Jeez. Look. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Look. Are you looking? Did I tell you to look? Oh my gosh. If you have not gone over to her Ko-fi shop and grabbed one for yourself, you are severely missing out. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. I was leaving yesterday to go get the kiddos, and I saw that the package was in the mailbox, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I wanted to open it up then. So I did open up the package, but I didn't look through it yet. You know what I mean? So, yes. Oh my gosh. I know that Taylor's going to be enamored with this. I already know. Wow. This is just gorgeous. Okay. And then she sent me this bag. And I have been grabbing bags lately for my tarot. And this is just, Debbie made me a bag last year too. 2 of them that I use for my tarot. Oh, this is so gorgeous. And I have spiders on my desk. Where did I put them? Maybe I put them up when I was cleaning. I bet I did. I put them up when I was cleaning. But anyway, I have a couple big old, yeah, there they are. Fat, juicy spiders that I like to, you know, because I'm all love and light, you know. Anyway. Yeah. If you know, then you do know. But if you don't, you don't. And she said, this is for good luck. So I'm going to keep these because, you know, this is what I got for Taylor. So these are mine. And this cute little guy is going to go up on my desk. And I love him. All right. Thank you, Debbie. Oh my goodness, I just saw that this was on the packaging, and I thought, no, I can't throw away the packaging. You know, she wrapped it in pink tissue paper, and then I saw this. I was like, okay, let me peel that off there, because you know what? Transformation is going through the dark, right? And coming out the other side into the light. That's true transformation, right? In my opinion. It's when we stay there. Is that transformation? I don't think so. But again, my opinion. I just had to throw that in there. All right, let's go through the comments on the March catch-up. And I am looking for hashtag healing the inner child. So, nope, my sister did not enter. We got Witchy Best Friend, which is Jess. Carmilla, you won. Yay, thank you. And there she is. There she is. That is for you. All right, so this is for the next giveaway. And it is the 111 Oracle spreads for every day. And this is going to be with it. It is the Faded Pocket Love Oracle by Athene Noctua. So let's see, what should we hashtag Oracle, just Oracle, hashtag Oracle, because and with maybe an emoji that matches this. So what would an emoji that this is love? Okay, so romantic love, something that an emoji for romantic love, and hashtag Oracle and romantic love. That's it. So get it in the comments. This one will I think I'll extend this to anyone, anywhere too, because I am still like, I'm up over the 5,000 mark and really close to the 6,000 mark. And I do want to show how grateful I am to not just those that, you know, show their support every day, but the fact that my channel's growing and I'm trying to reach a larger audience. I want to include everyone. So, because I'm grateful for every single one of you. So yeah, this one will be nationwide also, or I mean, worldwide. So yes, hashtag Oracle and romantic love emojis to enter the drawing for the May wrap up. So you'll be seeing who won that in the May wrap up. So what did I get up to on my channel? I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, this one is not going to be released yet because the music that I put behind it, there's a copyright on it. So I'm going to actually add my own music. I actually have a pretty decent library that I've been creating on my CapCut that's my music that I'm going to put behind that. So yeah, this one was very thought-provoking, and if you watched it, I am very grateful to you. All the ones that were tarot related did really well. This one is still, I think, being viewed. So that one, it's still really well compared to some of the ones that I only get a little bit of views on. But time will tell. This one I am extremely proud of.
All right, let's try this out. Let's see. Let's go to the left, but we need more
volume
troops.
up.
Oh, man. Okay, yes, we got a troop upgrade.
What if I told you that I believe that 5G is a mirror of the ancient ether? So this is just where my mind goes, you know.
One of my friends told me that she had a little bit of trouble hearing the volume, or that she couldn't hear it. I think you can hear it just fine, but I did use some effects on my voice, which is also a first time for me. So this video took me a long time to create because I am just learning, you know, and for myself, it takes a lot of trial and error, you know. So if you watched it, let me know, did you hear anything with the volume, or did you just notice that I put different effects on it? Yeah. Anyway, I'm really proud of that one, and I think if you know, if I can get better at, you know, creating these type of videos with all these effects in it, and, like, you know what I mean, get faster at it, you will see more of this on my channel. So I'm really proud of that. And I am so grateful to the people that commented on it and supported me on it. So thank you. And I love you so much for your support. And so that was the videos that I did. And you know what? That's like 2 a week, which I think is perfect. I think that's probably what I will keep doing, is about 2 a week. You know what? And eventually when I do get to a point where there is a lot of information and a lot of work that goes into a video, I think these types, I might just do 1 a month type, or like one major one a month. And, maybe that'll take up 1 week's worth. So I might get it down to 7 videos a month. You know what I mean? Like 2 a week in the weeks that I don't do something like this. So yeah, I'm just kind of setting a goal here, and you heard it here first. All right. And that's not including my live videos. So I did do one with my sister, which was a month ago, and that one was excellent. And these are like, this is just an interview, but this one up here is the New Age movement getting a bad rap. That was on that Mystery Show podcast. So I'm going to be doing more of that. These are older ones that I kind of fell away from doing, and recently I've been getting people going and listening to these. So I'm going to get back into the Mystery Show, that Mystery Show podcast, in which the video that I'm working on as an intro to my channel to hopefully get more subscribers is it talks about that too. So and so far, like, most of my stuff is centered around the stuff that's in the Secret Teachings of All Ages, because that is a huge book. As a matter of fact, let me show you something. Okay, so I had to switch to my iPad because my Audible is on my my phone, because Audible I use in the car when I'm driving, and I do a lot of driving. So this is the book that I am referring to. I've actually already read it. Where is it? Secret Teachings of All Ages. There it is. Anyway, and this is by Manly P. Hall. You can also go to CIA.gov, and there is a free copy there. I have a lot of books that I, besides, what I keep in my physical library. This has always been better for me because I have always had limited space. So I do use Audible. I actually have 8 credits that I can still use. But anyway, through the fire, I've started re-listening to that too. Article appearing in the annual report of the board. So many things at one time. You know what I mean? That sometimes you can look at this in your library, and there will be maybe this one didn't have it. So anyway, this was actually published in 1920 something, right? The Secret Teachings, 1928 classic. So if you go to CIA.gov, that's why you're allowed that free copy, because the oh, I don't have this one. I'll have to check that out. Sorry, squirrel brain. Oh, it's you just saw my thinking in action. Yeah, I am a fangirl. I am a fangirl over him big time. I love Manly P. Hall. And that's, anyway, what I was getting at is my podcast have been centered around like esoteric things. And that when I started digging into the Masons, and of course his name came up. And of course I just had to learn more about him. And he was, writing this stuff before he ever became a Mason. He was sought after by that great magician, to have him, the fact that I think that the Masons are collectors of, important people that have like really important things to say, if you know what I mean. And I feel like my conspiratory type of thinking, my question everything thinking is thinks that that's a way to control the information that is filtered to you, to us as the public. And this book is very it's a vague kind of summary of each topic that he goes through. That's why I was trying to see if I could show you the chapters, but if you go to the CIA.gov, you can find that. So anyway, in fact, I'll show you that real quick. So here you go. I actually screenshotted where I had left off at, but here are the contents, and I was at sharing this with you, the life and teachings of Thoth Hermes Trismegistus, and we are finishing up Poimandres. And my sissy. So yeah, there is still a lot to go through. Yeah, so the copyright is expired. So, and in my podcast, all we're doing is just reading and commenting. So there's so much information that has come to light since this, and my sister and I were talking, like the biggest thing is that, anything that we receive as, say, a download, or whatever you want to call it, a message from our higher self, from our spiritual self, from our divine self, or the source, whatever it is you want to call it, the information you receive during meditation, or sometimes like myself, just out of the blue, a thought will occur. When we put that into writing, and it's something we leave behind for other people, like a legacy or whatever you want to call it, it comes from personal gnosis. So everything is personal gnosis. I believe in diving into other people's personal gnosis because I think we're all connected. And what it does for myself is open up another pathway, another avenue to look into. It doesn't necessarily mean that I think everything that I read, think, watch, or feel is reality in that moment. Everything is in a accumulation, and then unless it is applied, the lessons that I have learned, unless it has applied, or the knowledge that I have retained, unless it is applied, it doesn't become wisdom. So nothing is, in my mind, factual until I am convinced. There are a lot of things I am convinced on, but I still am a truth seeker. And this man was brilliant. Anyway, so that's where my podcast are getting deeper into. I have one coming up today. Probably by the time you see this, you'll have already watched it. And it is talking about narcissism. Because I'm also a very, again, with that truth seeking, I think that spirituality and psychology go hand in hand. And personally, I don't see how it can't, and or how it doesn't. Again, that's just my opinion, but I believe that because, for myself, spirituality questions and religion doesn't. I have a hard time following someone else's doctrine or rules that they put on spirituality. So, and then of course, I definitely believe in shadow work. And shadow work is very much like Carl Jung, who is the father of that, in my opinion, was considered a he was a psychoanalyst. So, I mean, like, his psychology now is considered like a mystic. He was considered a mystic from a modern psychological point of view. So this whole modern psychology is not really what I'm interested in. I'm interested more in past, even Freud was closer to what we, look at today. And he, at the end of it, kind of discredited Carl Jung. So I am also a fangirl of Carl Jung, and you'll hear me I talk about him a lot. He was very inspirational to the father of psychochirology, Julius Speer. And that is most of my hand readings, all of my hand readings, more so now, are very psychologically read. So there's not a lot of projected looking at future events in your hand. I can see where you've been, so I can see where you're going, but it's not predictive in that sense. It's almost well, if you've been inclined to do this, more than likely you might keep doing it type thing. It's one of those things. So yes, spirituality and psychology, to me, you just can't have one without the other. That doesn't mean that later on you can do one without the other. In my opinion, I think it's the psychology that gets you to the spirituality, and then the spirituality takes over. And I do mean, I think we're all spiritual beings. It's just not every one of us is in touch with our spirit. And I think it takes psychology to help us get in touch with our spirit. It's that connection. And you see that in the palm of mind, body, and spirit. You see that connected if you have that M in your hand. And that is very spiritual, let me tell you. It's just something you learn also in palmistry. When they are all connected, it means they're all working as one. And everything has showed me proof of that. So it's hard for me to think of anything other than. But I'm progressive. So that's why I keep reading and open up other portals to other ways of thinking. Because I know for myself, I don't have all the answers, and I'm still searching, and I'm 55. I think that when people think they know everything, they're done growing, right? So that was just my thoughts on that, and just to show you where that podcast is going. So I'm going to turn the volume down on this because I did a lot of rambling because I was going to create another video about the 13 channels that I've been that I wanted to recommend to other people. Let's see. Okay. Yep. Big Crone Energy. Yes. Go check her out. She is awesome. This is Angela. Positive Energy with Crystals. I believe this is Hillary. Yes. Please check her out. And I did kind of concentrate on the channels that had lower numbers because they're brilliant. And I think you're missing out if you don't go over and check them out. Her numbers are growing steadily, and believe me, she's working hard for that. Her videos show it. Her essence shows it. Selena, I love you. My gosh, you are amazing. Definitely, you're doing yourself an injustice if you don't go check her out. And she's so supportive. When you support her, she supports you. And I think she even is supporting if you haven't supported her. She's just one of those people that is extremely loving, supportive, full of applied knowledge, full of wisdom, okay? So please check her out. Of course, I love my friend Fire Styled Samurai. and her numbers are growing too. So I think that she always has wonderful things to say. And she's very, what am I doing there? Very thought provoking. You know what I mean? She provoke your mind into thinking about other things. And I love that. I absolutely love that. Jackie's Crystal Moon. I love Jackie. I think she's doing very well. So, but she's an excellent card reader and a wonderful woman. I'm so happy that I got to know her. Winds of Reflection, very new, but oh my gosh, she has beautiful messages every day. I think it's about every day. I don't get to them enough, but every time she pops up in my my feed, and oh, that must have been something on my screen when I was recording this. I'm like, what is that? Squirrel. So anyway, yes, please go check her out. Barit, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but beautiful young lady, and she's extremely supportive too. And she just came on the scene, people, so you're missing out if you don't go check her out. Lady Knight of Avalon, she has she needs more subscribers too, I think, because she's brilliant. And I just did a walkthrough of her deck, and in fact, here it is. I put it in here. It has a mood because this is the only deck in my collection like this, so I don't have any more. Some people call it more like a roasting deck. Yes, I can get behind that, but it is the Tough Love Tarot. So go look at that walkthrough on my channel. Consulting Crones is now, I guess I should put this out there. When I first did this was a while back. So we are going to be doing this series on each of our channels instead of having a separate channel. Like my next one, and actually I'm going to have Summer from Ostara Sen. I'm going to have her on my channel Wednesday, next Wednesday. I can't tell you what the date is, but be looking for that. And it's going to be on, we're going to call it the Consulting Crones series. So she's the next one we're going to have. And Summer is all about fairies. I love it. Lady Blind Wolf, a passionate activist, in my opinion. She tells it like she sees it, and I can get behind that. I can respect that. So definitely go check out Lady Blind Wolf. And then we have Jess, who is very new on the scene. I think she is waiting for some stuff to come in that's going to help her with her to make some more content, and she'll be looking for her. And when she does come on the scene a little bit more, I'll make sure I'm sharing her stuff so that you can go check her out. She's so supportive, and you know, she loves tarot. So yeah, I love her, and I think I first met her on Consulting Crones. Alicia, Witchcrafter. I think her energy is, I love it. She makes me laugh. So yeah, if you are not checking her out, you're missing out. She makes me smile, you know. Her energy is just so positively contagious, and I love that. Aquarius Tarot Adventures, Carolina. I love Carolina, and I love her content. Okay, so where were we here? Yes. Aquarius Tarot Adventures. She's another one that is so funny. Her energy is contagious, and I love it. And so yeah, she's very entertaining in her commentary, and of course her videos are excellent. She doesn't have that many yet, so you're missing out if you do not get over there and check her out. She has actually quite a few more from when I recorded this, so yes, check her out. And of course, Beth, she is excellent. Elizabeth, very supportive, and I love her content also. So please go check out The More Intuitive Me. And her videos are so well done, so you will not be disappointed. Okay, that's it. I think there was 13 there. Let's see if I can remember what all shows I watched. I started watching Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. That one, we'll see how that one goes. I like it so far. Dark Winds, which is another older one. I'm still watching Yellow Jackets. I jump around a lot. I finished Reacher. I think I finished that actually in March. Fallen. That says that I have time, but no, I watched all of that. And oh my gosh, I read all those books when they came out years ago. And this series is actually closer to the books, I think, than the movie was. There was a movie that was released too, quite a few years ago, I think, that was good. But, you know, there's like 4 books, I think, in that series. And, yeah, this one is trying to, I think, break it into that more closer to the book. I loved it. I loved it. Yeah, it left you on a cliffhanger. Oh, yes. I did watch some good stuff on Netflix. I love the Connors. I love the Connors. It's funny. I watched all of Cobra Kai. And oh my gosh, the last one was so good. It was so good. So where are we at? It's got witches, you know. So I'm still watching this one, and it's really, really, really good. So yep. Ghost, I just started watching that one again, and I love that one. I watched that a long time ago. Papa's House, you know how sometimes when something pops up and you click on it, thinking, oh, maybe there's a new one. No, not yet. But man, that was good. So I'm hoping for a new one. Papa's House, that is hilarious. The Neighborhood is hilarious. I've watched all the episodes of that so far. Still working on Yellow Jackets. Again, that's where I started that. Watched all of that. Still working on that. I haven't started this yet, but I do love The Walking Dead. I think I've watched everything except for all of these yet. Bob's watching that one. I watched all of that. That was pretty good. Yeah, I didn't finish watching that yet. That one is really good. I think I talked about that one before. Preacher. So yeah, I think that's it for Prime. Oh, I finished The Wheel of Time. Man, that was so good. So good. Yeah, I don't know if anybody watched The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon, but man, that was good too. Really, really good. You know, I read that book, and there's been I think a movie that came out like in the 90s that I watched. It was like a series, like a 4-part, maybe 2. I think it was a 4-part movie. But and I started watching this one and I couldn't finish it. So that was the newest one. Mobland. Oh my goodness, we've been watching Mobland. That's really good. Really good. And of course we watched all the 1883, 1923. Oh, and The House of David. Oh my gosh, if you have not watched that, so good. So good. And I will tell you, it's not really like, it's not completely factual. And it says that I guess it doesn't. It says it when you're watching it that they do kind of not ad lib. What's the word I'm thinking of? They expand upon it in from what they knew about that time. So there's a lot of added stuff, but it just makes the storyline extremely interesting. And I really hope they do something with King Solomon after this. You know, because his son becomes King Solomon. So it's excellent. The Bondsman. Oh my gosh. Bob and I watched that, and it was so good. It's so good. And this was one that I waited for the weekly episodes to watch. The Way Home, I don't know if, I think I talked about that one before. That one's really good. There's Fallen, of course. School Spirits, that was really good. Landman was really good. Gladiator 2 was good. Yep. Oh, I started The Last of Us. And because my daughter played the video game, she already knew what was going to happen. So I just kind of stopped at the second episode. I haven't brought myself to finish watching it because I already know what's going to happen. Like, resume season 2, episode 2, because I already know what's going to happen. It's like, I don't think I want to see it. Damn it, because I love this guy, man. I love this guy. So, yeah, not to give anything away, but, yeah. So, and it's still going on. So, I will watch it. You know, I'm just not ready. I've got boundaries, and I'm not ready for it yet. But, yeah, that's the movies that I did not do anything with my TikTok last month. I have been such a bad girl. I just wasn't motivated. I've been buying stuff off there that I actually have stuff that I could do videos for. I don't know. I wasn't really committed to it. So I will go back to those things. But I've been really committed to my YouTube. So, yep. So, yeah. Dex from April. I worked a lot with my sister's matrix, a lot, because this deck can be used with anything, you know. So if you have not checked out the walkthrough that I did on my channel for Rochelle's matrix deck, please do. She has a couple different versions, and one that she just created that, oh my gosh, I gotta have it. Oh my god, I want every single deck she has produced, because oh my gosh, they are absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So no partiality here, believe me, because I just think that anyone can use them, and I think we can all agree that they would look perfect in your collection. I got this one because of, you know, wanting to work with the ladies and do some, you know, true crime stuff, like play games and, you know, kind of like Game of Clue, but very detailed, and, you know. So this I got off of Amazon. So yes, I love it. A lot of stuff in there, a lot of good stuff. I did decide after, you know, the spring cleaning was an amazing project, and it helped me to reconnect with my decks and decide which ones I wanted to keep. This one was one that I never really connected with. My sister gifted it to me, and although it's extremely beautiful, I just never connected with it. So I didn't even do I didn't interview it or nothing. But this one is going to my friend Linda. This one, she told me straight up that she was tired of sitting on my shelf, and it just brought her nothing but pain, and she has a lot of light to give someone else. So she's actually going downstairs to my daughter. These I am keeping. If you watched my spring cleaning video, look, that's how long that they sat on my desk. They got very dusty. That is not happening no more, because this one is readily available right up here. My soul deck, completely. I didn't even work with my light seers this month. It's like, no, it was all about Rider-Waite-Smith again, as usual. I mean, that's another one that I reach for all the time. This is my other soul deck. I reach for this one all the time. That has not changed. You guys have seen this countless times. This one I am reconnecting with. she's staying. And I'm very happy about that. She's always in my reach right now. Which is the same with the Matrix. Always in my reach. This was one that I got in February or March, I don't remember, but it is my sister's spring deck. So I did work with it a lot in April, just because it was she was perfect, you know what I mean? The Ostara Oracle. So, and I don't have all my sister's decks yet, but she has revamped her make playing cards. So a lot of what was available is now revamped, and I think a lot of them now you can get the gilding and like in a box with the cover card on the not the box, I'm sorry, tin. So eventually I'm going to have to replace these along with all the new ones she has available because they're just gorgeous, you know? They're so gorgeous. And I love to support, but the thing of it is I also want to be able to use it, you know? And her decks are just, they're all that I would reach for at any given time. Maybe more seasonal with like she did a season, the wheel, you know, a season, like the wheel of the year, seasonal. So I probably will work with those, but I mean, that's the point, right? Is during that season. So I have the Yule one. So I still have a lot to get. I am going to get the, Love of Spreads, and I got a nice box for that. Isn't she pretty? Yep. So I think that the 2 editions will sit perfectly in there. And then Maria's deck, I used a mood because I feel like this deck is extremely moody. If you didn't watch my walkthrough, check out the walkthrough. Because, you know what? I'm not going to lie. I have actually, because I don't have a deck like this. I have shadow work decks, but to me, this isn't shadow work. This is identifying the shadow. And I actually used it a couple days ago in a reading that I did for my middle daughter who was, you know, struggling with some stuff. And it called her out, just like Maria said it would. It did. And her boyfriend was standing behind her whenever he was like, he goes, God. And I was like, yeah, but don't listen to the messages as advice. This is identifying your own frickin' shadow. For me, this worked perfectly because it's screaming to me projection and assumption. You know what I mean? Which is what our shadow does. When we project it onto other people, it is literally projection and assumptions, you know, to protect ourselves. You know, we assume other people or we blame other people or whatever it is. But holy crap, I had no idea that this deck would be so beneficial when I first got it. Because again, like I said, I didn't have anything like it. And I always support my friends. And like with my sister, it's a little bit easier to pick and choose what she has available. Which I will tell you, I think all of her decks are gorgeous. And eventually I will have them all. But this is Maria's first one. So it was a no-brainer. Of course I was going to buy it. You know what I mean? But it wasn't because I was attracted to it. But now that I've been using it, I think that it is brilliant. So yes. This one is Courtney's The Dreadful Oracle. And oh my gosh, I hope you go through and you watch the walkthrough of this one. Because this one is gorgeous. And she has a series on her channel that explains each of these cards. And she goes into great detail. And I was able to pair this with a couple different things, a couple different decks. But my favorite, of course, was my sister's A Gothic Tale, in which she has revamped. And I'm like, dang it, Rochelle. Because I'm going to have to get it. It's now available with this black border and edging and a tin. Like, have you not met me? You know that a gilding is so attractive to me. And if I could have gilding on all my decks, I would, because I don't know. I like shiny things, right? And then, you know, to put it in a tin. Like, Rochelle, are you making these just for me? Eventually, I'm going to have them all, and it's going to be, you know. Yeah. So, I can't say enough good things about these two, and they work so well together. So, yes, please get over there and check them out. Courtney's is, she has a link to her make playing cards, which I'll put the links to these all in the description so that you can check all these out. So that was the tarot decks for April. So one thing I didn't do last month was a spread for the beginning of April. But you know, I made these up way in advance. So dream like the maiden, think like the crone. Yeah. Love like the mother. Very appropriate for April. So let's see what we got here, shall we? All right. Yin. These were my everyday witch. And let's see. Agapanthus. I'm sure I didn't say that right. Words of love. Speak your heart. Oh, okay. Let's start with these. So that's Leo. That's South Node, and that's 12. So for the month of April, I looked in my calendar and I don't remember anything happening on the 12th. But what I did do is go see my sister. And I don't know if that was that day. I can't remember. It might have been. But yeah, April was all about spring cleaning and stuff and, you know, clearing out negativity. And when I look up the energy of 12, it is about, it means light of love or words of love. It's an expression of love. It's a high frequency, high energy, I guess higher frequency number. So I think that is, yeah, April was, it was like I stayed very busy. I had a lot of stuff going on, but it was really a lot of, it was about family and especially, you know, spending time with my sister, which was amazing. And Rochelle and I have, you know, done a lot of work with our journey back to each other. So, and no matter what we show you guys here, that, you know, there's been tears, there's been a lot of talk. I mean, it's not like we just woke up one day and said, oh, we're going to be, you know, best friends again, because that's really what we were before. You know what I mean? So, people that tend to project that assumption, I feel like there's no thought behind that assumption, because I think that one thing we've learned is that, you know, family dynamics, and especially with siblings, can be very hard. And I'm so grateful for our journey back to each other. So one thing I do want to comment here is that today is May 4th. So a lot of the stuff that you're seeing in this video, I did a few days ago. It's just this, I had to, I couldn't finish. So this is kind of a I wanted to add this in here. So yeah, there's stuff that's happened. And so when you're seeing this, I'm sure you'll have already seen all the other stuff that's been happening. So, and then, this says words of love, speak with your heart, yeah, absolutely. So I do find it interesting because I got the Fool and the Tower. Now, I have this outlook all the time. And I feel like I have always had this outlook, but not is it always natural for me to wake up having this outlook. It's just that I don't know if I want to say like force myself over the past. Sometimes I forced myself to appear like I have this outlook, but it's just that's the face that I chose to put forward because I had this thing with, sharing my pain with others was a very intimate, personal thing. And by keeping that smile on my face, it kept people out of my business, if you know what I'm saying. So I could probably come off like this, but I see myself as the fool at the end of the journey because I have been, through my own ups and downs in my life, and I have chose to look at the bright side of things. That doesn't mean that I didn't go through the dark to get to that, and I will tell you, it was honest shadow work and allowing myself to feel the pain. It was like reliving pain from my childhood in order to see the bright side of things, because before I was ignoring the pain and forcing the bright side. So, people can look at someone else and automatically assume that they haven't done the work because that's all they're showing you. But I guarantee my face hasn't changed. It's just that now I mean it. Mic drop. Okay. It takes work, okay? And then I got the Tower because, my sister and I have talked about that. My channel has grown considerably. And I am so grateful to all of you because I wouldn't be in this place if it wasn't for all of you. I think, yes, I've done a lot of hard work on my end to make my content quality better, but getting comfortable and then someone's gonna not, no matter what you do, you're always gonna have hate watchers and trolls or whatever, and I think probably the more that you grow on social media, you probably attract more attention like that. And I think sometimes it's just even bots, you know what I mean? So I just don't let that stuff bother me. But there were a few moments like that in April. And I think this was just to remind me that, don't get too comfortable in your successes. Celebrate them. Definitely celebrate them, but there's always gonna be something that challenges us. I think it's just that, again, is human nature because, at our core, we're all that inner child, right? So and we need to learn to play well with each other, even as adults and cranky old farts like myself. Not really. I'm not really cranky, but you know what I'm saying? I have, my partner's cranky, so you know what I'm saying. It's every day is going to have, to not think there's not going to be a challenge. You know what I'm saying? That's like perfect. Okay. It's a perfect message. So, and then here's the other one, which is yin and number 2. So let's take a look in the book and see what it is. There we go. Essential meaning. The feminine principle of receptivity. Letting someone else make the first move. Gathering information and taking in cues. The art of conscious allowing. And I wasn't going and looking or searching for anything, really. I was just letting it be. Truth. I tell you, I'm always searching for truth. I'm not going to lie there. The Oracle's message. This is a time of calculated receptivity as you gracefully await what is coming to you. Ooh, wow, that kind of... Ready to accept it when it appears. Yin does not involve frozen dreams or even resting, but rather consciously allowing things to flow to you. Ooh. Poised to receive the bounty that will be made available to you. It implies sensitivity as you alertly study the actions of others and contemplate how they will affect you and yours. Remember, you must make space for miracles to appear. Be the shaped, not the shaper, and you'll see how quickly your dreams manifest. Ooh. So there's a relationship message. Bob and I are good. Let others take the lead right now. Yeah. But this could always be, family too. Permit others to tell you who they are, and they can be to you by allowing their actions to speak about them. You will be pleasantly surprised. Yes. Prosperity. This is a time when the most effective action is to allow others to show you the way forward. Observe their behavior and follow their lead. I will tell you that, man, I know I said it in the last one, but my sister's guidance, through her Patreon, helping others build their channels, because, she's not a gatekeeper. And sharing that knowledge, because she had to pay to receive a lot of that knowledge. And plus, there's a lot of hard work that goes into making those decks. She's even shared that. So, I have learned so much. And when we listen to, actually listen instead of respond, I think we retain more. And believe me, I've been that listener to respond. So I'm speaking for myself there. I learn more if I just listen and then apply it and see if it works. Why not? Yeah. Collaborate and offer your ideas rather than dictating what must happen. Let others come to you. It's important that they feel they have power now. Another meaning is about releasing your need to have things in the form you want. How do you want to feel? Basking in your success? Now allow the universe to show you the form. Yin is the sign of essence. Things may go more smoothly than you expect. Protection message. Do you have trouble receiving? I have in the past, yes. You stop the flow of abundance when you continually insist upon being the giver. That is true. You can't always lead, always give, always teach. You must be the student, the open vessel, and the one who receives the gift, gesture, or offer in equal measure. Open up and let love, there's that love again, 12 and words of love. Abundance and spirit fill you without demand or expectation. Just receive the bounty that is yours. Yeah. Wow. I could see, obviously, receiving this at the beginning and thinking, okay. But the wonderful thing is that April was about receiving more than it was giving. I always give. I'm always giving. But let's just say receiving feels weird when it comes from other people. And you guys know that you'll be seeing some videos coming up here soon of the bounty that I received from my sister. I'm definitely going to share that haul with you. It's going to take a few videos because she gave me a lot. So, and I'm going to be sharing that with you. So that's going to be what's coming up in May. Some big haul videos. And then I also want to let you know that the music that you see on my intro, my channel intro or whatever, that is my music. And that's something that I did quite a few years ago with a band that I was in called the Rare Exceptions. We were only called the Rare Exceptions while we were creating and our own material and performing it live for others. We made about 500 of these, and I finally just figured out how to upload it to my CapCut so I can use that as background music for videos. So I figured out how to do that with my intro video. So that background music that's us. I'm not with this band anymore. They're all still my very good friends. And it's copyright. So there is one song on here that we paid to use the right to record it and actually sell copies of that. It's called Ode to Billy Joe. So that is it's not our song, but we paid for the right to use it and reproduce it, up to 500 copies. So anyway, so I will have it in the description of whenever you see that, or whenever there's something where I am where I have some music in the background. You never know, it might be me in the background, because I want to share that with you. So yeah. And that's it. I am so grateful for each and every one of you, and I can't thank my sister enough, because she has done so much for me this month, and so much for me, period, emotionally. I'm just extremely grateful. We're going to be having a talk coming up here soon where we talk about how we healed, the healing process, getting back to each other. And I'm going to tell you, anyone that makes light of that, specifically only one person that I could think of right now that has made light of that, maybe mirroring her words back at her. Shame on you, because you don't understand that pain, obviously, because there's been a hole, and Rochelle was the only one that could fill that hole that I had for over 2 years of my life. And there was a lot of raw honesty between us both, that we had to come to terms with the things we were projecting, our projections of each other. And, our friends just wanted us to be happy. So, no one was forcing us to look at ourselves, put it that way. But because that hole was gaping, there came a point when nothing else was going to fill that except for healing. And I didn't want to do that without her. So, she was a catalyst for a lot of things that changed in my life. And I'm forever grateful just to have her back. And because that hole has been filled. I don't know if you've seen, my light has never been as bright as it is now. So if someone wants to, quote unquote, make light of that, then please reflect on your own self, please. That's all I can say. And thank you very much for sharing my journey with me. And I will definitely see you in your own comment section too, because when you come to mine, I definitely make it a point to come to yours, because I feel that's what true community is, right? Is supporting each other. We don't have to agree on everything, But I think we all have a lot of common ground that we stand on. And I think it's about that right there. Love. Finding the things that we love about each other, that we really like, that we resonate with, and not focusing on the things that we don't. Plain and simple. Maybe it's not always simple, but you know what I mean. All right, man, I rambled. So, all right, I love you guys. I'm going to stop rambling, and I will see you in the next one. And thank you again, and congratulations to Carmilla. Congratulations.